Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well, and in today's video I am back on Path of Legends going for Ultimate Champion League on my second account with 3.0 Xbow Cycle. So I already did reach Ultimate Champion about a week ago on my first account with a 92% win rate, which is actually pretty impressive for my standards because I usually do reach Ultimate Champion in the first few weeks of the season, and so obviously since I'm playing earlier my win rate tends to be a bit lower, so getting in the 90s was actually very nice for me. Usually does tend to be higher on the second attempt, which I'm doing right now on Legendary Pop, so I'll see how things are going to go. I think the win rate's looking pretty decent so far. I mean, I don't think I've lost in the last couple of leagues. I know I lost like once or twice in the lower leagues, which kind of sucks, but that was back when Little Prince first came out, and it was pretty broken. I lost like a Recruit's Little Prince deck, but gonna Xbow here, and he is playing Hog ExeNado. I was gonna say, it looks like it could be Hog ExeNado after seeing the Valkyrie and the Goblin, so not actually gonna be Hog EQ. Quite a welcome change from the landscape of Hog EQ all the time, everywhere, which I'm used to seeing normally. As far as the meta goes, in general, for 3.0 Xbow Cycle, of course, it isn't looking that great right now. I mean, Evo Archers are honestly quite nice to use. I think they're carrying the deck pretty well right now, but there are a lot of ridiculous Goblin Giant decks, for one, which is making things kind of tough, and then number two, you know, there's some other Little Prince decks, which Little Prince still does very well against Xbow, so of course that's going to be kind of a pain. I'm going to log. Actually, don't think there's a point logging. I think that'll take the Hog out without taking the last hit. Okay, never mind, but still, I felt it might have been a bit of an overcommit there. Anyways, Hog ExeNado is like a pretty easy matchup, I'd say, especially considering the fact that he does not have an Evo, it looks like. He doesn't have an Evo Knight, which is usually what you would see in a Hog deck like this. He's playing a Valkyrie, and so I have the Evo Archers. That's going to be a big advantage in my favor, and I'm actually going to try and use that to my advantage right now by going in, as he goes for an Exe in the back, which is going to be pretty bad. That Valk's going to get shredded, as you guys can see, absolutely melted, and going to Tesla for this Hog. He is solo in Elixir right now, so even if he wants to rock it, he can't, so I'm going to call the good game right now because I do think it's over. Archer gets one hit in the right as well, and we get those very satisfying sound effects. Does go for a nice Executioner, but I mean, the damage is done. His tower is below 1,000, so like, how realistic is it going to be for him to come back here? Might go for a Nado to pull the Knight into the tower, yep, but nice Tesla. Actually does take the targeting of the Exe. One of the rare instances I actually want that to happen because I do not really want my tower to get damaged, and the Hog does not pull does not take the targeting of the Expo, so that's going to be a good game as we get a lock right there. And a pretty nice first win of the video. I mean, pretty easy matchup, pretty straightforward. We will see what kind of matchups we get going forward in the video, because again, I do think there's going to be quite a bit of, you know, Evo Recruits even, maybe some Goblin Giant decks, maybe some Sparky decks, but we will see. I'm pretty prepared for anything, so nice first win against Hog ExeNado. Alright, so we're into the next match against P.E.K.K.A 732. Gonna give him the good luck, and I guess I'll give some general tips for playing this deck, because people usually do ask for those kinds of general sorts of advice. So, starting plays, I usually like Ice Spirit as my favorite starting play with the deck, and I'm a pretty big fan of split archers in the back as well, especially if you have Xbow in cycle, because if they respond with something to one of the archers, you can Xbow opposite. Wow, he's playing Balloon like first play, and then he goes for a giant in front. I'll Ice Spirit, and he does arrows off my archers. That's kind of annoying, actually. I might take a balloon hit here, but don't really want a fireball on defense. I think I should be fine, especially because the other tower helped out. I'm going to Xbow in the right, because he should be very low in elixir, to be honest. I mean, he literally just spent like his entire elixir bar going in. I'm going to have to take some damage from those minions, too. Oh wow, he has a horde. Okay, that is honestly fine, I think. I mean, I'm going to take some damage from those minions again, but I get a fair amount of damage myself in the right, and Knight can hopefully counterpush. Okay, no, that is totally not happening, but I think Giant Balloon should be okay. He has Goblins too. That kind of threw me off, because he went Goblins first play, right? Then just Balloon behind the crown, behind the Princess Tower. Like, that was really random, but I guess it is what it is, you know. We're just in this range where anything can happen. It sort of feels like mid-ladder. At the same time, it's not really, because, you know, it's like ranked, but still. Goes for Balloon behind the King this time, which is kind of bad. I mean, I guess he wants to go Giant in front and have a lot of elixir to, like, support it with. But, I mean, I can just go Tesla the middle, and the Balloon placed in that position will get cutted all the way to a center Tesla, so that's why I think that was kind of a mistake. Does go for arrows, which is, you know, pretty aggressive, but it's not going to do anything for him. And I'm actually just going to Expo at 6, because he can only go Horde. There's, like, nothing else he can do. He's not back to Giant in cycle. he can goblins, I'll just log them. So yeah, horde is most likely coming down here. And again, I can just go for the knight to pull it back. This time I am going to take the damage lead, which is pretty nice. Goes for a nice set of skeletons, actually well played to hold the knight there. And he will get a bit of minion chip in the right, but the right side tower is really no concern at all right now. I might just pre-Tesla. I don't really want to waste my Evo archers either. Goes for a giant the back, pretty interesting. I'll actually just Ice Spirit to pressure, and then Xbow as well. He's going to have to place something in front of that giant, or else it is going to lock on the tower. It does go for the goblins for the Ice Spirit regardless. I'm going to take that fireball actually. Even though he does go for a horde, I think that's fine just to take the tower damage, and the Evo archers will go absolutely crazy right now. Does go for the... Okay, oh no, that Tesla was a big misplay. Oh, that's bad. That was a misclick. That was meant to be an Ice Spirit, actually, so... Now if he goes Balloon in the left, I'm kind of screwed. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have to get ready for that, so I'm hovering my Ice Spirit for it. Okay, he does not actually do that, so... I'm going to pre-log for the goblins. We caught the skeletons. Oh no, but he still goes goblins. No, that was such a good pre-log, guys. He even gives the well played. It's usually really risky going for that, especially against like a 1 or 2 elixir troop. If you mess it up, you're gonna get punished pretty heavily. But I just really wanted to make something happen. I guess I still got a nice clip, even though nothing came of it. But I'll archers for this as well. I'll have to log those Evo Skeles ASAP. Those can be very problematic. And that is not really a great freeze. I mean, I can just go for a second knight. And now he's kind of getting overwhelmed by troops because, I mean, he does have, like, some responses to my stuff, but he doesn't really have, like, a concrete way of killing archers except for arrows, and as well as knight, actually. So, like, he's just getting spammed by troops, basically. I have double knights right now. I'll go for my Evo archers, Ice Spirit to hold everything in place, and that might just be good game right there, because I don't think he can stop this. Goes for the freeze, but that still is not really enough unless he goes arrows, and that'll kill everything, but that's still really just delaying his demise, because, I mean, the game is over. So that's a nice win, you know, pretty aggro player of Giant Balloon, but I think Xbow does have a decent matchup. Alright guys, so in our game against Raptor 19, let's see what he's going to be running. Assassin CR, going to give him the good luck and see what's up here. Just going to Ice Spirit to start things out as he gives the thanks. Goblins, okay, I'll just split my Skeles, Knight, and yeah, as for other starting plays, guys, Knight the back is honestly pretty solid. I mean, you might want Knight in some instances, so I would be a bit careful of always just cycling it, but you can go for a Knight the back pretty safely, generally speaking. We do see the bomb tower, all archers, just because he already went for a little prince, so he might not have too much for this. Does go for a knight, so he looks like he's playing minor wall breakers if I had to guess. Delivery as well. I will log Ice Spirit actually, because I'm going to get a small Xbow lock if he does not respond to this, and he does not, so that was totally worth it, guys. Might have seemed a bit like excessive, like spending that much, but it was definitely worth it to get this lock. Like, I got a nice baby Xbow lock right there. Just gonna knight for these goblins, that'll full counter all of them. I could Xbow again. I know he has an LP in cycle right now. I'll just Xbow anyways, I guess. Let's see. If he goes LP, I'll Skeletons predict that, actually. He goes for the bomb tower, so he cycled back. I guess that's a shout-out to the 3-card cycle that the champion gives. And I might get a baby Xbow lock regardless. I got 1 tick, so 1 lock. And I get some knight hits on the left as well, which is, like, decent. I get 3, actually. I was not expecting that many, which is not bad because, I mean, it's never really a downside to be able to go in both lanes as an Xbow player. It's actually kind of an underrated strategy with this deck to go for dual lane pressure, especially with multiple Xbows as you go into deep, double, and even triple elixir. Gonna Ice Spirit to pressure it. You guys will see this a play I do quite a lot, where you can see it forced out the little prince there. And earlier against the giant player, I was going for that quite a bit. He was going like goblins in front and stuff like that. So Ice Spirit can be a pretty underrated pressure card as well. I'll knight for the LP and then log on the minor plus goblins. Okay, I actually missed all of those goblins, so I will have to go archers. Not really what I wanted to do, but it's what I kind of have to do, unfortunately. I didn't really see any like decent way of logging all of those anyways. I kind of had to choose one, I guess. Evo archers, he's going to go for a bomb tower. I'll just fireball it. Maybe get like 1 Evo archer hit in the right. Yeah, perfect. We get 1, which is pretty good. We actually get 2 in the left as well, so we are like still taking the lead in both lanes right now. And good minor placement mix-up on his end. Actually, I think that's the same exact placement he used last time, but still. I don't really want to go in when he has like a knight. Yeah, especially Evo Knight in cycle. I had a feeling. So I'm kind of just glad he wasted it there. Now I can go in and Tesla for the bomb tower. And now he's the one in trouble right now. I mean, he can go minor. I'm in a little bit of trouble in the left, but it shouldn't be too bad if I can get my knight down for the little prince. If it locks on the tower, I'm kind of screwed. Okay, I'm actually kind of screwed here, huh? Because that was a lot of damage to take. But I'll get a small lock in the right. I'll go in right away again, because he should be kind of low in elixir. Might bomb tower. I'll archers for it now, or little prince, either way. And Knight, I will Fireball. I really need a lock right now, so I'm kind of going above and beyond to try and make that happen. We do get it. Nice, good Fireball on the Knight. Gonna Skeletons for this Miner. Is gonna push it off the tower, and then Ice Spirit as well. And we are kind of back in the game, but I'm gonna have to keep the pressure up, so I'm gonna go in again. Evo Archers are in cycle. I will Knight first for the bomb tower, though, and then go Evo Archers. One for the Little Prince, one for the bomb tower, if I worked that out correctly. Yup, nice. As you guys can see, they do 1v1 the Little Prince by themselves. And we're going to get quite a bit of pressure going here. And I could just Fireball Tower. I'll get a small Xbow lock, which is great. I'm actually not going to Fireball Tower because I have an Xbow next up in cycle. I don't want to throw away my offensive initiative. So I'm going to go in once again, just straight up, pressuring constantly. Archers for the Little Prince. And just not really letting him breathe right now. Just constantly going in and trying to make something happen. I will Tesla as well. Ice Spirit for the LP. Log this Miner back, and that might just be a good game because I think it's going to lock. Yup, great pressure by me. So honestly, kind of an annoying matchup. He gives a good luck. I kind of messed up earlier, but I was able to keep the pressure up and get the win. Alright guys, final game against Brief Man. Speaking of brief, all our games have been pretty brief so far. They've been like 3-minute games, so that is pretty nice. Gonna Ice Spirit to start things out as he splits Archers the back, so I'll just cycle back to my own Archers to match that. Not really sure what he's playing. I mean, literally everything has Archers these days. Bandit could be 3M or Bridgespam, either or. Let's see though. And okay, Ghost, yeah, gonna be Bridgespam then, because I mean I do see a fair amount of Evo Archers, like in general, like they are a really strong card, so it's not really surprising to see them used quite a bit. So you can't really guess what deck your opponent is playing just based on the Evo Archers alone. Battle Ram, though, is looking like maybe P.E.K.K.A. There's both P.E.K.K.A and Mega Knight, and he goes for P.E.K.K.A the back. This is a big misplay, guys. I'm going to Expo on the left and show you guys why it's a bad play, because I can basically just commit to this Expo, and then I can defend the P.E.K.K.A late. And he's at like 1 elixir right now. He just spent, yeah, Zap, he's at 0. So he just spent 7 with the P.E.K.K.A, 4 with the E-Wiz, 2 with the Zap, and he is so low he can barely afford anything. And now I can just easily kite this P.E.K.K.A for days with the Skeletons. Bandit comes down, I can easily defend that too though, with just my Knight and Ice Spirit on both of these. I can log as well if I need to, just for safety reasons. Then Archers for the P.E.K.K.A and subsequently the Ram. And that was just a really easy punish, and he basically already lost the game now. So basically, if they go P.E.K.K.A the back, you go Expo opposite, punish them, and they basically almost always lose. If they go Ghost or Bandit for the Expo, okay, if they go Bandit, you can go Skeletons, but if they go Ghost, I would advise going Knight. And if they go E-Wiz or Marcher, just go Archers probably. Or even Log, like Log is fine as well. Because actually, if you do save your Archers for the P.E.K.K.A, that's the best way to defend it. So I have a feeling he gave up already, because, I mean, this game is pretty much over. To be fair, yeah, he did give up. So that's going to be a nice win. But again, guys, do not, if you're watching this and you're not an Expo player, and you're playing like P.E.K.K.A or Mega Knight or something, Mega Knight's a bit less punishing, a bit more forgiving, I'd say, because Mega Knight decks usually do have some better responses to Expo, but still, if you are playing one of those decks, or especially P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam, don't just P.E.K.K.A the back out of nowhere. Like, you're just asking to be punished right there. Like, that is a dream come true for Expo players. So just a bit of advice there, and how to punish as the Expo player. Alright guys, running game against Trainer Brahmax. Let's see what he's going to be running. This is the perfect starting hand if you ask me. Just split Archers, and whatever he does, like an Expo opposite, most likely. Goes for a Log. Yeah, I can literally just Expo on the left because he logged. He is technically down a bit of elixir now. Skeletons, yeah, he just spent 3, and I spent 3 with my Archers, and that's going to be, okay, Hog. Okay, Hog, Ice Spirit, Skeletons, looking like either Hog EQ or 2.6. We see the Valk as well. I will Knight. And he does have to EQ if he's playing Hog EQ right here. He cannot just tank for this forever. Or I guess he can try, but that's going to be a lock and Knight Archers on tower. So I don't know what he was thinking, guys. That's going to be 1,000 damage, though. So that was kind of bad by him. And now I can just activate King off this Firecracker. And I certainly do agree it is going to be a good game, because I have a free King Tower activation. I have 1,000 damage lead, and that's like exactly the start you want against Hog EQ. So yeah, this is like a position that you can really just dream of against Hog EQ. It looks like he's down elixir. He's not playing anything, guys. Little bit of a Q there. If they are not playing any cards and you play like Split Archers the back, it probably means they are super low on elixir, probably lower on elixir than you. So usually you can take that as a cue to go in, possibly, or just relish in the fact that you're up a bit of elixir. He's playing with the Evo Skeles in here. I actually don't think we've seen a spell out of him, so a big spell. So it could be like Fireball, it could be Lightning, could be EQ. I think EQ is the most likely, but we'll see. Goes for the Ice Spirit. I'll just Knight the back and get ready to Xbow again. I could even just split archers here and create like a dual lane type of thing. Or I could... Okay, goes Valk. I'll Xbow it all archers for the Valk as well. That's going to melt that Valkyrie super fast, as you guys can see. Goes for the EQ. I'll log the Firecracker. That's going to be a lock right there. And he's in a lot of trouble. I believe he already logged, right? No, he did not, so he can log now. But Knight's going to get maybe 2 hits. Yep, 1 and 2. And Ice Spirit's going to connect as well because he used both the cycle cards defending the Xbow, I believe. So, good Ice Spirit. And now, like, the game is literally over. I'm just going to Fireball Tower, honestly. I don't really care. He can't even punish me if he wanted to. So, I'll just Knight the back. Valk is coming down, so Hog is definitely coming in. I'm going to get my archers ready to defend this, log everything, and that's a pretty easy defense. So if they do go for like a Valk Hog or a Knight Hog at the bridge, if you go for a low Tesla, you can usually defend everything, but if you go for a high Tesla, you're going to have to commit more to that push, just so you guys know, because it is not very, like, secure. Like, it's going to get DPS very fast, so... As you can see, a lower Tesla is much more forgiving, especially with the King helping out and the other tower as well. So 3 towers plus a Tesla is much better than just 1. So that's why if you go like Tesla in the middle as opposed to Tesla high, you're going to have to defend with different things. I'll just cycle back to my Tesla right here. And like, there's really nothing my opponent can do right now. Just this, honestly, he just didn't really play well like the whole game. Like, no offense to him, but the start was pretty much exactly what I wanted. Like, he gave me a free King Tower activation, and he panicked against my Xbow push. And then I think he was just reluctant to go for an EQ for some reason. I'll just Rabbit Cycle back to my Tesla. Another skill you need in this matchup, guys, because they are going to outcycle you eventually. You know, they do usually have a faster cycle than you, so you are going to have to get ready to like rapid cycle to a Tesla, and like when the card is next up in your hand, you're going to have to get ready to play it. I'll log this back. That Tesla got shredded by the Evo Archer, and that is going to be a lock, and that is going to be a good game. So very nice win against Hoggy Q, just pretty clean, bread and butter, you know, using Evo Archers well, punishing well in single, getting the King Tower activation to make subsequent defenses very easy, and overall just everything went right in that match. Alright guys, into our next match, and so far still no losses right now, so win rate's looking pretty nice. I think I'm like 2 wins away from Ultimate Champion now. So let's see what we can do. Gonna split archers right now. Firecracker, I'll just Fireball. Evo Firecracker, so it could be Hoggy Q would be my first guess, but there are a bunch of Evo Firecracker decks with Bar Barrel there. It could also be like, you know, recruits, like some ridiculous recruit spam deck. Bowler, okay, I'm going to Xbow on the right because that's 5 elixir down the drain, and that's a big Xbow counter down the drain as well, so that's going to be a lock, and he goes E-Giant. Oh, worst case scenario for sure. I will Ice Spirit as well just to maximize this Xbow's longevity, and like the game is pretty much over. I mean, look at how much damage you get from an Xbow. I'm going to Fireball the Bowler plus Little Prince. Okay, really bad Fireball. Completely missed the Bowler, but it's fine. I'll just log, and okay, he goes Guardian as well. I'll Skeletons up high to kite it, I guess. And I think I'm going to have to Knight as well. So that's actually, you know, I kind of made a good situation bad, because I was doing super well. I'll shove this off the tower at least, but I was doing very well, and then I kind of threw it all away. Okay, never mind. He just gets the Firecracker, which I'll take. He's going to get, like, maybe 300 damage or so. Yeah, he gets, like, 1 hit, so that's literally, like, 300 damage. But I'm going to get a King Tower activation in return, and I was kind of scared of more. You know, I was down so much elixir, I was worried he would maybe, like, punish big time, but that was like a pretty small time punish in comparison, and now I'm pretty much just chilling with an activated King against Electro Giant, and his tower is basically in spell cycle range anyways. So yeah, if they ever go Bowler the back, guys, if they're playing E-Giant, I kind of want to go in, but I won't. I'll just Tesla instead. If they're playing E-Giant Bowler, they Bowler the back, they're at 5. They cannot afford to go E-Giant in time for Xbow. As you can see, if they do try, that'll result in a catastrophe for them, because an E-Giant on the Xbow is basically like, when the Xbow's on tower, is basically like an E-Giant on a tombstone or a building that doesn't attack it back, which is obviously the best case scenario you want against Electro Giant anyways. Okay, he is very aggressive back to an E-Giant. I'll just cycle super fast to my Tesla again, get my archers down. He's probably going to lightning this, which is fine. I'll just log the E-Giant back, and that's a very easy defense, as you guys can see. Just commit to it with the archers and the knight. Okay, wow, that, I'm surprised that got wiped out. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Evo, oh, that's problematic. I'm going to have to Fireball that. Okay, hold up, because that's going to be a lot of damage. Now, whoa, if he goes for 2 lightnings, I'm in trouble. I'm going to have to Xbow just to force him to not lightning my tower. All archers and log, and that's going to be tower down if he doesn't go for an E-Giant or lightning. Yeah, perfect. Goes for lightning. That's exactly what I needed. I just don't want him to lightning cycle me. That's all I really need, because he can actually go for like 2 lightnings, 2 nados, and get me. But I think that's going to be 2 fireballs and a log. Or like 2 fireballs, 2 logs now. I think it's going to be 274. Actually, I don't think 2 logs, or I don't think 1 log is enough. I think I need 2 logs on that, so that's a bit problematic. But I'll log number 1 right now. Fireball, then I just need to get back to a 2nd log, and that's going to be a good game. Let me just rapid cycle as fast as I possibly can, and that's a nice win. Honestly, that was kind of sketchy at the end. He was pressuring very well, but we were able to hold off and get that win secured. So let's get it. Nice win against Electro Giant. Alright guys, so I'm against the King X, and I believe this is going to be the game for Ultimate Champion now, so let's try and get an undefeated video. You know, it's always nice. Sometimes I get comments like, oh, you should include losses in your videos. Then my favorite response is, well, I could do that, but if I just don't lose, then that's not really possible. And hopefully we can get that today. So we see was that a log? And then what? E-Drag Lumberjack with a log? That is so strange, because E-Drag Lumberjack is going to be either Balloon or Golem, but log makes absolutely no sense. Wait, was that even a log or was that a bar barrel? Now I'm not even sure. Who knows? Anyways, let's find out, I guess. Like, we get a small lock, though. That's going to defend the Exo pretty well. Obviously, Lumberjack E-Drag, you cannot really kill that. Oh, he's playing Firecracker? Okay, I don't know what this is. This looks like a weird, like, custom deck that he made. I have no idea. I'll just log that Firecracker. And he is playing Balloon. I'll go for a Tesla like this, guys. Check this placement out, because it's going to pull the Balloon, and it's going to get the King Tower activation off the Firecracker. And nice, I went Archers there because I knew he was probably going to go for a freeze. So preemptively just stopping that by getting some more DPS on the Balloon. Taking death damage is totally fine. Like, that's not really an issue. And why is he playing Log? I'm so confused, guys. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a Balloon player playing Log, except maybe, like, that minor Balloon cycle deck. Sometimes people use log, but even still they always use bar barrel, at least like at the top level. I'm gonna Expo the right because he won't E-Drag the back. He's at like 6 elixir right now. He's pretty low. And I'm gonna Archers for the bowler. That's gonna melt the bowler, and it's gonna get like only 2 hits on the Expo, I think. Okay, he does go for a nice Nado. Sadly gonna put in work, but still. Oh, look at that Archer. That is so clutch. Wow. That is a beautiful arc on the E-Drag in the left. And then we get 2 hits in the right. That is like the most perfect Archer interaction ever. Honestly, I was thinking of making an Evo Archers montage. If I do end up doing that, that clip has to go in there, because wow, that was so nice. Anyways, I'll just Ice Spirit and log. Don't really want to knight the back because he's playing like bowler. I'll Expo, I've outcycled the bowler. He can go like LumberLoon though. That's fine, I guess. I'll go knight and archers. Goes for an E-Drag low, which is kind of questionable. He does not have a bowler back elixir wise. Oh, I should have gone skeletons to stop 1 E-Drag hit there, because then the archer would have gotten more damage on it too, but that's fine. I still get some nice damage. And now it's time for a defensive expo, guys. This is what I do against LumberLoon once the game gets pretty deep, because there's no real point going in. You know, if they're playing same lane as you, just defensive expo into a bowler, to be honest. Like, there's no need to really make anything else happen. I'm going to knight Tesla. As you guys can see, this setup is like the most optimal Clash of Clans setup to stop any balloon push on either side. It'll pull a balloon from both sides, even if they try and use the bypass placement. That is a fireball if I've ever seen one on the bowler and E-Drag, because both expos are on the bowler. That's going to be a lock. Skeletons, oh, got them down just a second too late. That would have been probably a good game if I got them down, because that would have stalled 1 E-Drag hit, and he calls a good game. I think he knows it as well. By the way, he completely misuses Evil Firecracker. Just gave me a free fireball on it all that time ago, so that was a big misplay. I'm just going to Tesla, Ice Spirit. Once the balloon gets closer to the middle, just hold it there. Fireball the tower, and that is pretty much good game. As you guys can see, that's going to be 2 logs and a fireball, or just an expo because he logged the middle, which means he gave up, I presume anyways. But yeah, very nice matchup, very nice win. Kind of a custom balloon deck with a random Evo Firecracker in there. But yeah, I'll give him the good luck. You know, he's a good sport. I'll get the flexes on him. Let's see what our win rate's going to be. I think it's going to be pretty solid, to be honest. And 97%. That is great. That is an incredible win rate, guys. I think I only lost like once or twice, probably twice, I guess. But I don't think it was more than twice. So one day I'll get the 100% win rate, you know, one day. But this is still really good, honestly. 97% is crazy. Very happy with it. As you guys can see, it's going to put me right up in the top 5K without having to play any matches in Ultimate Champion. And as you can see, based on my battle log, all wins, all straight wins, no losses, no like editing or anything. Like, I didn't really have any losses to show, but that's about it. That's how you reach Ultimate Champion with 3.0 Xbow Cycle twice in a row, because I already did it once before. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.